Okay, so this goes up there with that. This goes up there with that. So today I've got a job to do. Well, a couple of jobs to do, but one of them is to create a certificate for people that have been helping us, old timers. It's a service brought to us by the city or the state. They're youngish people who come here every Monday for an hour, hour and a half, and help us with our computer, tablet, iPhone, whatever issues. And since many of us are old and don't know how to maneuver in the digital world, this is a way where they will help us. And it is the end of their visits to us at the end of the month. So next week, I think we're planning a happy thank you for helping us party for them. And I was asked to come up with a certificate. Now, there are other people in this building that are artists. In fact, there's dozens of them. And why I'm always the go-to person for this, I don't know, but I am. Well, I know because I almost always say yes. So, whatever. Oh, I don't want to end stream. I want to add, see if this works. Copy, edit, paste. See if that works. Oh, it looks like it worked this time. It didn't work last time. So anyway, GoRo, the person who's going to be joining us in a minute for however many minutes I'm going to be doing this, has asked me to make a Frankenpen for him. And I think if I'm able to create a pen for him that would do everything he'd want it to do, it would be an eyedrop fill pen that was relatively long and relatively fatter than a standard 52, and would have a boinga boinga nib, or as he spells it, oinga boinga. And all of that is doable, but it does involve hours and hours of my time to try to find barrels that will fit the nibs he sent me, and or nibs that that he's sent me, or nibs that I will sell him. So it's just something that takes a little bit of time. And in my case, time doesn't necessarily mean money, but Sometimes it does. Time is money. So, when GoRo comes here, he can explain maybe a little bit better. I'll do the best I can while he's charging up. We'll see if I hit most of the points he wants. If someone that wants to write in more than one color ink, and he has a couple of dozen pens, and I don't think he has a couple of different dozen inks, but he might have, I don't know, 4 or 5 inks that he really likes. But he might want to, the pen that he has in his hand that has blue ink, he might want to have green ink in it. Why anyone would want green ink in a pen, I don't know, but let's pretend GoRo wants green ink. Green eggs and ham, green ink and ham. So in order to completely flush out a pen of its previous ink, I suspect the easiest one to do that with which to do that, is a eyedrop fill pen. Now this object I have right here, this is a watch fob. You put this into your waistcoat pocket, and it would be connected to, I'm just trying to figure out where this fell off of, what link this came off, because it fell off. Did it fall off of this one? Is that where it would have been? I think it was there. Because this would be connected to your watch, this end. And this end would be connected to your gut. So I think it came off of this link right here somehow. So let's see if I can open that up to put it back on. My fingers are not big enough for this world. Okay, GoRo, I'll buzz you in a second. Let me just see if I can. Fuck. Come on, Pierre. It would help if I had binocular vision. I can barely see out of one eye, let alone two. Fuck. Well, anyway, God damn it. This is supposed to be connected to that. This is connected to your gut. Then the watch chain goes from that to your watch, which is over here. But what's cool about this is you can attach these together like this, and then you have a pen. And right here, what went into this side was a little pen nib and holder, and somehow that has gone missing, and it's made me very upset, because it has to be somewhere, I think, within 3 feet of where I'm sitting, because it could have, or somewhere here because I think I showed it to someone and I may not have put it all back together again. So anyway, I will add GoRo to the thing here. GoRo, you have been added.
Hi, Pierre. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good, good. I see you had to get your hands dirty because of me.
Yep.
I appreciate it, Pierre. I appreciate it.
You appreciate my sacrifice.
Of course. Clean hands is a very important thing when your hands are always fucked up.
Well, my hands are almost always fucked up.
Yep.
Anyway, so you did appreciate to some degree Todd Merrill's comments about taking pens apart and putting them together and taking them apart, putting them together. So
of course. I mean that's one of the main reasons why I'm kind of running after you so hard is because I would like to have pens of a similar repertoire to use without having to switch inks in and out because I need contrast on my page.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a utilitarian driven lust, I guess.
But in the best, if you could snap your fingers and have the perfect world, you'd have a pen dedicated to whatever color that you'd want in that pen, and it would stay that way probably forever, right?
Yeah, that's actually what I would ideally prefer. I mean, so like for example, I have this Waterman 12 here, right? I got about 6 months back, right? This is my second vintage pen after the Parker I sent you. Well, sorry, the third vintage pen, but the second Flex nib.
Yeah.
And basically, since when I initially got it, I cycled through like all my inks to see how the nib works, how the feed works with different inks, different dryness levels, all that, in an effort to optimize the performance. And eventually, I landed on using Pilot Oroziku's Asagao. And basically, I will only use a royal blue ink in this pen at this point.
Okay.
And I haven't really played around with it. I recently switched in a diamine for the Pilot ink, but that it's still blue. So like the goal ideally for a pen is that once I settle on a color, it stays that color, and it doesn't shift around. I think the only instance I can really see that happening is if I'm using a pen that I use for sketching and it has another ink in it, and I have to switch it out. That's about it. But yeah, I'm not too keen on constantly changing inks. Even in my current pen application, most pens that I have the colors placed in them have been the colors in them since I figured out, okay, this color works well with this pen. That's what it will be.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know, and I think it's a good way to go. Now, I know that there's going to be a time when you suddenly run out of a particular ink color and or you decide you don't like that, or the company doesn't make that color anymore, or the company doesn't make any ink anymore because they went out of business. So then you've got to switch.
Yeah.
Now, so of the pens you have now, how many are eyedrop filler?
3. I have 3.
So the ones that are not eyedrop filler, they're piston filler, or they're some other kind of filler.
Yeah, well, so I can actually give me a sec. I have a good number of them with me. I can show you a few. So this is one of the eyedroppers. It's the little overlay.
More.
Yeah, the more. And oh my God, Pierre, this tiny little thing can hold like 2 milliliters of ink. It's kind of ridiculous. I was quite impressed with that. I have another 12 that's a bit more rinky dinky and with a stiffer but still flexible nib. I'm
Okay.
doing a terrible job at showing this right now.
You
And
are doing a terrible job, but that's okay. You can set it down. Why don't you set it on the paper and
let me do this. Let me zoom out wide back. There we go. Oh, that's too far. I don't know if that really.
yeah, that's fine. Just leave it there. I mean, I
Okay.
don't have to. It's not all that important that I see each pen, but so when you have a pen that has a filling system, do you just fill it with water and rinse it out and fill it with water, rinse it out until it seems as clear as you can get it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like too crazy about it. I've never taken apart my Mont Blanc. I have a 146 from the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, like, I've never taken apart. Even when I had initially gotten it, it had basically a bunch of old dried up ink in it, and I just flushed it out a few times, and then it started writing, and then I settled on the ink, and here we are.
Okay. Well, again, it's an eyedrop filled pen was always meant to be unscrewed and filled with an eyedropper and screwed back together. So that's and if you keep unscrewing and screwing and unscrewing and screwing, there will be at
Sorry.
some point a time when it starts leaking or gets looser. But pens that are more complicated than that, where you have to take the sack off and take the section out of the pen and clean it and do all that kind of stuff, then that's the more parts you have to take apart, especially the ones that were not meant to be removed, then the chances are greater that you're going to damage something along the way.
Correct. I mean, I had one sack filler. Well, so I had not technically I had one lever filler and two button fillers.
Yeah.
Uh, the one of the two button fillers is with you right now. The other is a Parker Senior Duofold. The Duofold has, surprisingly, I haven't had any, knock on wood, any issues with it yet. The other one I did have issues with. The sack ended up corroding through a bit and ripping, but that also was probably because I was filling it so often because it had a tiny sack. It barely held it held less than a milliliter of ink. So basically, I'd get through a quarter of a page drafting and then be like, oh well, I had to refill.
Yeah.
So I think that one was a bit of a mix of too much button usage to just refill the same ink again into it. It wasn't even that I was changing it out. So yeah, and after that I was like, okay, I would rather not have that issue. So I'd rather just do an eyedropper and then yeah.
Okay. Well, a sack shouldn't go bad that too soon.
So it
But
lasted probably around. I mean, I don't know how long the sack was in there before I had gotten the pen. I had
yeah,
the pen for about 6 months, but I would have to like. So if I was using that pen, the Lucky Curve heavily, I would have to refill it like 3 or 4 times in a day. So that's just like a lot of wear and tear on the sack. And when I was pulling out the sack and everything, what I found was that the top had basically a hole in it. So then it wasn't really fully sucking in ink, and I had God knows how long that was there.
yeah. Well, sometimes the sack can get a hole in it due to part of the lever bar might be sharp, and
Yeah.
it squishes. I mean, it cuts the sack somehow. But I mean, if it was installed correctly, that shouldn't be the case. but every once in a while you might have that problem. Hi, Schiavello. How are you? We have another person in the room.
Oh, hi, Schiavello.
Parker. Parker is his first name, and he lives in Australia somewhere. Anyway, so Goro,
Yes, sir.
when are you coming to Boston again?
I
Next month?
don't know, Pierre. It's still up in the air. I have to talk to my sister.
Well, I'll talk to her for you.
I do want to introduce you to my sister and brother-in-law.
Well, I think the idea is, you don't have to. They don't have to go out of their way to entertain you because you're going to be over here being entertained. And then all you have to do, you don't even have to go. All you have to do is go there to sleep. They'll give you a key. You can pretend you're not even there. They won't even know you're there.
Pierre, that's perfectly fine with me. I'll tramp around Boston with you.
No, but I mean, I think you and I could cover lots of ground if you were sitting across the table from me.
I know. I know.
And there would be a lot more accomplished, and I think you would enjoy it. On top of it, you'd enjoy looking at the collection I have and the pens I have.
Pierre's gonna be like a kid in a candy store, and I'm gonna literally just be like, "What the hell?" So I'll try talking to my sister this or next week. When do you usually head up to Minnesota?
In end of June, usually.
End of June. Okay, and you usually come back like by the end of the summer.
By the end of the summer.
Okay, because I think my sister is. So I will definitely be traveling towards the end of June through July. I'll be up in Toronto for a wedding, and then I'll probably be floating around down to the hoping to do New York, go back home for a bit and visit family, which would then open up Boston. But we can talk those details as I guess they come more into fruition.
Yeah.
But I will be coming to visit you within the next year. That's a bit of an inevitability.
Good. I just am reading another comment.
The
pen I was trying to fix yesterday or whenever it was an insignia. It was marked insignia on the cap, and it was a steel nibbed pen made by Parker, and the guy said that it writes better now than it did when it was brand new.
Oh, nice.
And this is after he had dropped it in the time, the points went like this, So I fixed that part of it. But he said the ink is still stingy. And I said, well, that's what modern pens are. They're stingy ink flow.
Oh my God.
So I told him I showed him pens that I had in my pocket when he came by yesterday to pick up the pen. And I said, well, he said, how much will I have to pay for something like that? An older pen. And I said, well, it's the gold nib pen with pizzazz, any sort of a pizzazz on a gold nib pen, it'll be $100.
Yeah.
If you want to steal a very firm medium nib Schaefer ladies pen, I'll sell you them all day long for $50, even though there's probably $60 worth of gold in the fucking thing. They're pens that I don't have. Like, here's one right here. This is bigger than a lady's, but this kind of a nib that this has probably writes better than 9/10 of any pen that's manufactured today, but it doesn't have any flexibility. I mean, it has a tiniest bit.
But even the tiniest bit of flexibility, I'd say, is a lot more than most modern pens
Yeah.
even get.
Yeah.
Like this Mont Blanc, if I press too hard on it, it's gonna go. It's gonna tweak apart, then it's not gonna come back together.
No, it'll, yeah. Well, don't press too hard on it.
No, no. Yeah, but I don't know. There's also a time and place for when a stiff nib comes in to be very handy. I have the tendency of using my stiffer nibs for editing my documents, uh, just because I don't really have to worry as much about pressure or anything. I can just go in and just jot down whatever ideas or whatever cancellations I need to make.
Uh,
I
they
found.
are
Sorry.
they, they are good, those stiff nibs, at crossing out shit you don't want.
Yeah, they are.
They do seem effective at that. They you know, they do the coup de grace cleanly and quickly, and
Yep.
the thing is gone, is kaput. Whereas if you have a flexible nibbed pen and you cross out something, it's like you're pulling the legs off a Daedalus leg spider one at a time before you step on it. You know,
Well,
sometimes.
well, it depends, Pierre. It depends on how much of a marker like nib you can get it to be. I found that the ones that can go from that very fine point to like basically a Sharpie,
Yeah,
absolutely wonderful for redacting your pages.
I imagine. Yeah. Oh, um, I just got a text from one neighbor whose work I'm supposed to be doing for them, so I may have to cut this a little bit shorter.
Oh, that's okay.
But the point is, anyway, Mister, I can, I can, you know, I would love to have the pens that I have of yours back in your hot little hands as soon as I can, just because I just sent off Levin's pens to his American mule, and who's going to transport them to Germany, and they were supposed to arrive on Wednesday,
Mhm.
and they didn't arrive on Wednesday.
Oh
And
no.
I thought, oh fuck, you know, thousands of dollars worth of pens are now missing,
Yeah.
and I didn't insure them because Levin said not to insure them, but they did arrive, thankfully,
Okay.
and hopefully they arrived okay. Um, but I would be very happy if you know you're coming here at some point and can sit down
Mhm.
at my table. You know, we can conduct future business there rather than having to do all sorts of future business here
Yes, that's
at
fair.
this time. So I would rather, you know, have you have your pens back. I and you keep them and play with them and continue to play with them, and maybe for ease of and quickness of getting them there, I'll find uh, I'll see if I can find some sort of pen that can hold your #2 Waterman,
Mhm.
whether it be just a, you know, rather than a sterling overlay one, it's just maybe a plain, you know, hard rubber one. And then I'll see if I can put together a Franken pen that has a flexible Boinga Boinga nib for you to try out there.
Mhm.
And then all the pens will be with you, and then I won't have to worry, and you'll have some new things to play with. I mean, some of the pens you're going to have that are new to you because you had them sent to me.
Mhm.
So, like that 415. So that way, again, you'll have something to play with, and when you come back here,
Mhm.
you come up here rather, whenever that is. Hopefully, it will be before summer.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's
Be-
see.
because when I when I get to Minnesota, who knows whether we're going to be at war and whether Minnesota has seceded from the nation, or who knows what's going to happen.
That's fair.
You know, the whole idea about being able, yes, you can email me, Parker. My email is still the same as it's been, pierregustafsonstudio@gmail. I'm the only Pierre Gustafson on the planet, so you should be able to find my email, though I have to pay my goddamn website bill. Fuck. I have to remember to do that. Maybe my website doesn't even work anymore because I owe them money.
Oh no.
So, and this thing, this StreamYard, somehow it's 500 and something a year. And
wow.
And
ridiculous.
I thought I had paid it, but I got something from my bank, and the way the bank worded it is, we have a charge for this, and rather than say something like, is this you, and did you mean to spend this money with this company?
They just canceled.
Or whatever. They didn't pay it. And the way they worded it, they said something like, if this is okay, press cancel, or it's just really, really badly worded, because I don't know if I'm canceling their warning to me or whether I'm canceling the payment. It's just really, really badly worded. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. And I even called them on the phone and or talked to. I called them on the phone and had a message, and so it was a humanoid asking me the same question, and I still didn't know what I was supposed to do. I wish they'd say, I wish they'd make it clearer. You know, this charge is going through, has gone through. If this is incorrect, call us at this number immediately, or whatever, or do something. It was very weird how they worded it, because it was very confusing. Let me just see if I can even find the fucking thing.
Odd. Do you have like your banking app, like a banking app on your phone?
I do have a banking app on my phone, and I just got something from them. I got a message from them today, and I looked at my mail, it wasn't there. I looked at my text message, it wasn't there. I looked on my wallet, it wasn't there. I imagine it was on my banking app that the message came through. But again, you know, I spent a half hour trying to find where they sent it. And so where's Citizens Bank? Where the hell is it? Let me just see. Citizens. I just want to. Citizens. Okay, here's. Hi, enroll your card in paperless today. Tap whatever. Well, I don't even know whether that's even legitimate, because I used to get all sorts of shit from them, asking me to buy tickets for, you know, some concert. And no, stop bothering me. You know, I look at
That's so weird.
I look at my bank. You know, I always think that it's, you know, I'm overdrawn or something, and don't bother me. And I would tell them not to bother me, and they kept bothering me. Well, finally, I was at a street fair, and I saw, you know, everyone was lined up against the fried dough tent, or the, you know,
fried Oreos,
or my Oreo tent, or the marshmallow tent, or the beer tent, or the whatever tent. There was crickets at the Citizens Bank tent, so I marched right over to there, and I said, I've got a bone to pick with you. Stop sending me stupid emails about try to sell me a ticket. No, and they said, well, you have to do this, this, this. Okay, it's done. So he was able to help me out
Okay,
there,
good.
but I have no idea where my other thing is. Confirm. What am I confirming? Oh, my cat thing. My $600 cat thing. Anyway, so let me sign off here. Let's try to see if there's a way. Goro,
Mhm.
do you actually have employment?
Currently, no. I mean,
Okay, well, good. You can come up anytime.
yeah, Pierre. But the issue is I had to get a bunch of parts moving to get up there.
Well,
Multiple
here,
parties.
give me your credit card number, and I'll buy the tickets for you.
Hey, why is there a random charge on your card for a flight to Boston? I don't know.
And I'll make it a round trip, so you don't so you can get back home. And I'll book you up at not one of the fanciest hotels. It'll be the hotel that's nearest me. So no, it's just
I know it's easier to get all this done in person.
and I think having it done before summer would be great. But again, meanwhile, I will send you all of your stuff back with the one or two things that you're getting from me,
Okay.
and you'll have it in your hot little hands anyway.
Okay. So should we chat about that offline of exactly what's going to be coming back so that way?
We can do it right here.
Okay. Sure.
What I'll do is what I will do is I will find you a Franken pen with a Boinga Boinga E nib
Okay.
upfill. So it'll be an eye drop. It's just going to be. It's mainly the nib in a plain holder. It's more for you to try out the nib.
Okay.
Eye drop Franken pen with Victorian nib, and then I will do a put your steno nib
Mm-hmm.
in Waterman eyedropper.
Okay.
Eyedropper 12, I guess.
So
I know you want it sterling.
I know I want the overlay.
Maybe you'll get that.
That's what I was going to ask
but
you.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. Just because, and I know that you're even happy with a half overlay with the barrel and a cap. So if it comes, that might be how it comes. And then you've got this Parker Jackknife, Parker number 2 in hard rubber, which is already done. So check that off.
Oh, you found the blind cap, or you're just using the?
No, I found the blind cap.
Oh, nice.
And it even says the right number on it, I think.
Oh, that's sick.
2.5, it says 2.5. I think the half
Beautiful
meant chasing. So
it's pretty. It's very pretty.
And I haven't filled this with ink, but I presume it's going to work as well as the other one.
Okay.
And I know you wanted all sorts of switcheroos with number 5 nibs, but that's not going to happen yet.
Okay.
So what I will do is I'll put the nicer of the 2 number 5 nibs in the 415.
Okay.
So whichever one I think is
More
writes the boingy boingy error, I will put in the pen if it fits.
Okay.
And if it may not fit, but if it fits, it fits. And so, and then I think other than the pens you were offering for fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the box, and you also have your Parker box.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that would be left over, well, besides that 5 nib switcheroo, would be another Waterman 12. That would be an Oinga Boinga.
Another Waterman 12.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was going to say,
I
if
mean,
it's easier for you, we could just do the 412 with that Oingo Boingo, so you don't have to switch the Sterling into the Oingo Boingo or all of that.
well, again, the Oingo Boingas are the they come in so many different shapes and sizes. And
Yeah.
if you were here, and if I gave you, I mean, the thing is, Goro, one of the reasons I could just, pull a handful. What do you mean?
Are you literally about to just pull a handful of
I can
12 Waterman 2 nibs?
I could pull out.
You're about to do something that's going to appall me. Oh, Jesus Christ, Pierre.
I could pull out that many Waterman 12s. And let's say these all had Boinga Boinga nibs on them.
They would all be slightly different.
And they're all going to be different.
Yeah.
And some are they're all different. And for you to some are really, 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 really fine to begin with. And they're going to be, I would think you'll say, oh my God, this is scratchy. I love it, but it's scratchy. So you won't want that one because it starts out too fine.
Okay.
But again, for you to sit down and try every single one of these out, and you'd probably end up saying, there's only 10 of the 50 you showed me that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what those 10 are yet. We haven't had that conversation, but I bet if you were here and you were to try those 10 out, I would know
off the
what
bat.
you want. And so there's a lot, even though you say you want something, there's a lot of guesswork that goes on here. And
that's fair.
In my brain. And that's why for you to be across the table from me, that, and I'm able to hear the pen as it tells me, oh my God, Daddy, take me back. Get me away from this monster.
Hey, I treat my pens with
I know
grace.
you do. I know you do. But
okay.
I know what I know. But the idea is they are just also goddamn different. And I know that there's going to be, if there were 10, and I like all of them, though I realize that some are a little bit more this than that. Some are a little bit more that. I have a feeling that you might be narrower in what you like than I like. I like lots of pens for lots of different reasons. And 99 out of 100 times, it's not for doing what you do, which is to write, to come up with a word to write. And if I only wrote words and I didn't do calligraphy and I didn't draw, if I only wrote words, I probably would be happy with 100 pens in my life, not 3,000 of them.
Yeah. I don't even think I'll get to 100. Let's see in the long run, but okay, no, I completely...
it's like, if I only had one taste bud, I mean one type of taste bud, I'd be happy eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff, and Life cereal or Cheerios, but I have lots of different taste buds and I crave different things each time. Now, again, people who are authors like you, I see how differently you write. You do write big, you do write small, and there are reasons why you need more than one pen.
Yeah.
And you also like different colors. So I understand there's reasons that you like lots of different things, but many of the pens I have are pens that a calligrapher wouldn't like because they're too firm,
Hmm.
or an artist wouldn't like because they're too scratchy, or so. But because I'm an artist and a calligrapher, I like both of those.
You have a weird mission.
Um, and I also uh, and when I do actually have to write an actual word and think
Mhm.
about what the word means, I love using a Parker 51 because it doesn't allow me to do anything fancy.
Mhm.
I'm able to write that word and think of how it's spelled, and I'm not distracted by how beautiful I can make, cross the T and
The
dot I. I
or
just
uh
so
I understand. So can
so
I ask for one thing then?
okay.
If you're going to send them back, then can you put the 52 nib into the 4112? That is what I ask, please. Please. I know it's going to be hard for you to choose.
We'll see what I can do.
Okay.
And
I
and the other thing is,
mm,
GoRo, every day of the week you can find a 412 on eBay. I mean, it's not like they're impossible. They're one of the most common
yeah.
overlay pens that are out there. And when it comes to me selling one, I'm
Mhm.
not going to sell it necessarily any cheaper
Oh
than
yeah.
you can get them on eBay anyway. It's just that, there are some pens that um, there's a number of pens I have that, for example, I have a 412 that's missing a clip. I mean, it had a clip. You see the two little holes where it had a clip.
Mhm.
So I know that quote isn't as valuable as the one that has the clip, or
Mhm.
the one that never had a clip, because now it's missing. But it's still, it's a homely pen that I still love, and that doesn't mean that you can't love it either.
Mhm.
But it's just right now, when I did try to find a 412, because also Levin wanted one,
Mhm.
but he ended up buying one on eBay, which he
Mhm.
sent to me to look at, and so it's not like you're pleading with me to put that number two in a 412. I can do it, yes. I might do it, yes.
It's
But
a
it's not. It's
joke.
not.
We
I'm
want
the.
you.
But there are lots of
I,
412s out there.
I know. I
So
know. I know. I can get a 412 from almost anywhere else, but it
you want one with my DNA all over it.
basically I want your slobber. Since you are
Okay.
stuck on all your pens.
I suck on all my pens. Yeah.
Here, do you know what? Can you tell the difference between inks by its taste? I feel like this is something.
Um, I probably should be able to do it, but um, I
No,
don't. I usually, when I have ink in my mouth, I try to get rid of it as fast as I can. So I don't roll it around in my mouth like I'm tasting wine. So suddenly all of my teeth and my tongue are Prussian blue or diamide red.
I was gonna say, how many times have you like gone to the bathroom and then looked in the mirror and then just seen ink on your tongue accidentally?
More than I want to. So speaking of that, I'm gonna end this with a
Okay.
song. We're gonna end this with a song. So it's a very cute. It's only 3 minutes long, but you might appreciate it.
Pierre, I appreciate all of you.
Well, this is not me. This is Bing Crosby singing this song.
Hey, I like Bing Crosby.
So Bing, and he sings June and January, because I'm in love. That's what he's going to sing.
Beautiful. Pierre, I think you need to break the ukulele out. You need to give your own rendition.
Okay, so here we go. So it's he's writing a letter at the hotel. and he says, I'm enjoying my record of June and January.
June and January.
So anyway, so watch him. He gets ink on his finger.
Because I'm in love.
Ba-ba-ba-boo.
It always is.
Do you know what pen he's using?
Huh?
Do you know what pen he's using?
It looks like a Schaefer, but
It's just white blossoms that fall from above.
so he's harmonizing with himself.
And here is the reason, my dear. Magical charm. The night is warm, the night is cold, the trees are bare, the trees are bare, but I can feel the scent of roses in the air.
In January, because I'm in love.
But only because I'm in love with you. In love with you. Oh, it's June.
So hold on one second. Oh, I just thought that there was. Look, is that product placement for a fountain pen, or that's a drink or something? Something anyway.
It might be a drink.
It's June. January. Because I'm in love. It always is spring in my heart. You in my arms.
Striptease. Oh, not quite.
Oh my. This is racy for the 50s.
50s. This is 30s, dear.
This is 30s?
Ba-ba-ba-boo.
And here is the reason, my dear. Your magical charm.
Yeah, your butt looks cute there, Bang. In the mirror. He's looking in the mirror. Ooh, the night is cold.
The trees are down, but I can feel the scent of roses in the air. It's June, January, because I'm in love.
Because I'm in love with you.
Wait, what's the name of the song? Is June and January, right?
June and January. So watch here. So he goes up to straighten his tie.
He's gonna
And
get.
he gets ink all over his tie from his pen. So
Oh dear.
So anyway, that's happened to me. I've
Oh, that's good.
tied my white bow tie in. Anyway, so I do get ink on my clothing sometimes from my fingers and from my pens. So anyway, Goro, we'll talk.
Okay.
I have your list right here.
Beautiful.
I'm checking it twice. Anyway,
Thanks, Santa.
We'll see if you're naughty or nice. I'll compile that list. That list is somewhere else. The Goro naughty or nice list.
Here. The question is: do you want me to be naughty or do you want me to be nice?
Well, we can talk about that in private. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Here.
Bye.
Bye, guys.